Berserk, a world where chaos and despair never diminish, where people struggle to survive in hopeless conditions. However, the true threats in this world are not humans, but terrifying entities known as apostles. These demons are part of a system that transforms humans into monstrous beings through the use of the Beharit. In rituals known as the Eclipse, the God Hand turns people into demons, demanding horrifying sacrifices from them. In this world, physical strength alone is not enough to survive. One must also be intelligent and extremely determined. The thinning boundary between the astral and physical worlds means the human world is in constant danger. At the center of it all stands Griffith, one of the darkest and most evil figures in anime history, whose sole goal is to gain power and crush those beneath him. In this world, humans are nothing more than pawns on a chessboard played by gods. Attack on Titan. In a world where gigantic creatures called Titans hunt humans, the people of Paradise Island live like caged chickens, surrounded by three massive walls: Maria, Rose, and Sheena. Different social classes exist within each wall, while outside, Titans wander endlessly, never dying of hunger and existing solely to devour humans. One day, a colossal Titan breaches the wall, allowing Titans to invade and nearly wipe out the island. However, what truly makes this world terrifying is not the Titans, but Eren himself. In his founding Titan form, Eren leads an army of Titans 100 times larger than normal ones, crushing and annihilating most of humanity in his pursuit of peace. If you were an ordinary person in this world, your survival chances would be nearly zero. Imagine being a farmer growing tomatoes in your backyard, only to see thousands of Titans heading straight for you. There's nowhere to run. Hellsing. The Hellsing organization fights against vampires and supernatural entities. The immortal Alucard, who has lived for hundreds of years, is the organization's ace. While normal humans live in peace, unaware of Hellsing's existence, chaos and destruction begin when Major and his group execute a 50-year plan to kill Alucard. At first, lesser vampires cause minor damage by kidnapping or enslaving humans, but Major's plan escalates into near-total world destruction. Major and his subordinates have only one goal: to kill the true immortal, Alucard. Even Walter, who has dedicated his life to the Hellsing organization, is part of this grand scheme. During the execution of the plan, Major launches an attack on England, igniting a war involving vampires, elite soldiers, the church, and Alucard himself. In the end, only vampires, the undead, and the strongest survive, leaving the city a bloodbath. One Piece. Although not as bloody and brutal as the others, the world of One Piece is just as dangerous. Even in the weakest region, East Blue, someone like Don Krieg with hundreds of soldiers could kill you in mere seconds. The superhuman abilities found in the Grand Line are beyond the reach of ordinary people. In the New World, survival becomes nearly impossible as you face the Yonko and their allies. Except for Shanks and Whitebeard, the other Yonkos seek only to pillage and increase their power. If you have an enemy like Kaido, you could be backstabbed and killed in the most dishonorable way possible, or he might destroy your dignity in any way he can. Moreover, if you live on an island like Lulusia and join the revolutionaries, the world government can annihilate you, your home, and your entire family in seconds using ancient weapons. In the New World, where only the strongest and most exceptional individuals survive, if you are an ordinary person, you are either a slave to an emperor or a helpless resident living under their flag, ready to be exploited. Naruto, if you're old, you've likely survived all the great ninja wars. You're lucky. However, even if you survived, you eventually fell under the infinite Tsukuyomi. In this world, no matter how far you live from conflict, escaping harm is impossible. On top of generations of ninja wars, tailed beasts exist, capable of wiping out normal humans in seconds. Even to build a simple bridge in the Naruto world, you need the help of ninja from another village. Groups like Akatsuki constantly plot to plunge the world into chaos. War is a constant in the Naruto universe, never truly ending. Even after the Great War, during Hokage meetings, arguments, intrigues, and conflicts persist. The real threat in the Naruto world is not ninjas, tailed beasts, or groups like Akatsuki, but misguided politics that lead humanity into destruction. What if Naruto never existed? I'd probably be trapped in the infinite Tsukuyomi while making this video, and I'd have nearly 400 million subscribers like Mr. Beast. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe. Tokyo Ghoul. Ghouls are creatures that live hidden among humans, hunting them for pleasure. They must consume human flesh to survive. Any other food would poison them. Some ghouls harbor deep hatred toward humans, burning with the desire for revenge. Physically, ghouls are far stronger than humans, and they don't just consume people. They also subject them to psychological torment and torture. The Commission of Counter-Ghoul fights against these creatures, yet the power gap between them remains vast. As an ordinary person, your chances of surviving in this world would be non-existent. Akame Ga Kill, a world ruled by a corrupt government where justice has completely vanished. The people are constantly exploited by the Emperor, and the weak are ruthlessly executed without question. To survive in this world, you must either submit to the Empire or join the resistance. However, even with these choices, the risk of death remains ever present. Esdeath is the Empire's most powerful general, an extremely sadistic and ruthless individual who serves only the Empire's interests. Opposing them is Night Raid, a revolutionary group determined to overthrow the cruel regime at any cost. Hunter x Hunter, a world filled with unexplored dangers unknown to humanity. Hunters possess supernatural abilities and must pass rigorous tests of strength and intelligence to earn the title. However, the true terror of this world lies in the Dark Continent. Very few people have ventured there and returned alive. The Nen ability system grants its users supernatural powers, making them incredibly strong. Ordinary humans have no chance of surviving here. The Chimera Ants, who originate from the Dark Continent, are the most powerful creatures in the series. They can hunt humans, alter their genetic structure, enslave them, and with their incredible regeneration, they are nearly immortal. Dragon Ball. The Dragon Ball universe is likely the one where your survival chances are the lowest. Your planet could be wiped out in mere seconds. The Z fighters must constantly battle to protect the Earth, but the dangers are not limited to just one planet. There are intergalactic wars and beings seeking immortality throughout the universe. Every new battle threatens entire galaxies. Super Saiyan-level powers make their users nearly invincible, but the damage they cause is equally massive. If you were an ordinary person in the Dragon Ball world, you'd likely die in less than a second, with the only thing you see being a beam of light from the sky. Evangelion. It takes place in a post-apocalyptic world threatened by colossal beings called angels who seek to destroy the world. Humanity has been left vulnerable to these attacks, but still manages to resist, albeit with great difficulty. An organization called Nerve fights against the angels using robots known as EVA. These robots are massive biomechanical constructs. However, piloting these robots comes with consequences. EVAs can only be operated by specific young individuals, who lose their innocence and suffer extreme physical and psychological damage while synchronizing with the EVAs. But if you think piloting an EVA and being powerful is something to celebrate, unfortunately, you are just a test subject for a project that aims to push the boundaries of human evolution and create a new form of existence. In this world, people do not only suffer physically, but also endure immense psychological trauma. Humanity now consists solely of individuals who only wish to survive and fight. Gantz. After people die, they find themselves in a room called Gantz, where a team is gathered and given deadly missions. In each mission, participants are tasked with killing alien creatures and are equipped with special protective suits. If any of them survive, they are given different rewards and are sent on even more difficult missions to eliminate even stronger aliens. In this world, human life has no value. Even the participants constantly look for opportunities to kill each other. Some of them are gang members, while others are ordinary citizens. Here, the participants are both the hunters and the hunted. Parastyle. Parasite takes place in a world where alien parasites take over human bodies, turning humans into prey. These parasites kill humans and manipulate their bodies. Some, however, continue to exist as both human and parasite after being taken over. The parasite's main goal is to take over the world and eradicate humanity. However, some parasites desire to remain human and fight as humans. Despite everything, humanity's last hope, Shinichi, continues to fight.